Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We're gonna do a virtual airlines flight. Unfortunately something broke my recording, so you're gonna miss all the pre-flight stuff, but we're gonna start at the pushback. And I'm gonna release the parking brake now. And basically this is part of maybe not a new series, but a kind of new theme where we're flying some, we're not just flying the new aircrafts. I think I've done most of those. I will do a couple still, but let's see. And we're flying the FSLabs A321 for Metroair Virtual Airlines. Very good airline, though quite, quite demanding in terms of, making sure you're on time and that sort of stuff.
Hello and welcome aboard this Metroair flight.
And let's see, I think we got the clearance to start the engines, so I'm just gonna get going with that so we don't get too much delayed. We're flying from New York to Boston. We have the FS Dream Team scenery here for New York, and then Flight Tampa's Boston scenery for Boston Airport, Logan Airport, whatever it's called. And then we have Kruzvecki's New York scenery for the city itself, and Aerosoft's Boston scenery for the city, with a lot of photoreal covering all the states that we're flying through, with Autogen as well, a bit of payware mixes, mega scenery, that sort of stuff. So yeah, quite well, let's see, parking brakes. So quite nice views, I hope. And as you know, this is a really high fidelity aircraft. I did, unfortunately, you will see it, because I think I'm gonna upload or no, I'm not gonna upload, I think, that one, because it totally broke. Actually, there was no sound or anything, so you'll just see from here. But I did like the A cars and stuff, so unfortunately, but you can see my older video on that. But we'll basically be flying now. I still haven't put in the takeoff data, and I did it through A cars and here just to make sure. So config is 2. And what does the A car say? Oh, this is also 2, so that's good. And kind of the same stab trim. And it's good to note here, we're a bit heavy, 171,000, because even though it's a short flight, but we did have some fuel on board. So actually with Metroair it's that advanced that it's kind of like, if you have the fuel and you pick that specific aircraft, that fuel will still be on board. Let's see, flex, is that 32, 57. So we'll use 57, and I've chosen here to use the whole runway of 22, right? Let me just see, engine 2 is, so I'm gonna start engine 1. I'm just quickly gonna check if we can conform good engine start through this one, or if we should just do it there, yeah. Let me see, we have V1 range 163, 166, 166, so quite a high V1 speeds. So we are heavy. So there we go, we now have that set up. We also done the test, set up everything here. And actually, what I didn't, or what I already told you in the botched video, was that we have Pack X set up. So that's actually really cool. And the reason why we got that is I had to go back to another version of Windows, like the one before, because I had an upgrade that messed up Pack X and some other payware add-ons. So I'm hoping that will be fixed before I upgrade, but I'm gonna stay on the 23H2 Windows for the time being, on Windows 11. But let's see. I think it broke the Aerosoft buses as well, but now they work. I still want to fly that CO version, the A330-300 by Aerosoft, as that's the, I guess, the highest fidelity out there right now. Apart from, I think the Laminar X-Plane 12, which is also quite good, but not as good, of course. But then of course you have the Tolis, that's the best A330 out there. Okay, they seem to be happy. And I seem to be happy. I'm just gonna check. The sucky part is that you didn't get to see all the interaction with the GSX, because that's really cool. Just how it kind of works together with the jetways and stuff. But oh well, we had a time to keep. We're already 9 minutes delayed. Late. So we gotta get going. And I think the cabin is ready. Let me listen.
Oh, it's Nolan. That's cabin secure for takeoff.
Yeah, cabin secure for
Thank you.
takeoff. Norman, as always. Let's do all the settings. We'll go to norm with that one. We did set the TCAS on that already. TARA. We'll set the weather radar. Metro 4003 ready to taxi.
Metro 4003 contact Kennedy ground on
Ah, and it also put us into the wrong radio, unfortunately. I'm gonna start the nose taxi lights while we wait. I'll shut the APU bleed, and then I will shut the APU itself here. Metro 4003 ready to taxi.
Metro 4003 taxi to runway 22 right via taxiways.
And now we have the taxiway,
Foxtrot.
and you can see here, I'm just gonna show you quickly. So that's where we're going, and all the way to K Boston.
Runway 22 right.
Taxi to runway 22 right via taxiways Kilo Kilo, Kilo Foxtrot, Alpha, Foxtrot, Bravo, Zulu Alpha, hold short runway 31 right, and runway 22 right Metro
And we need to set
4003.
the trim to 0.8 up. There we go. Let's do the takeoff config. It's normal. Release the parking brakes, that should get us moving. And it does seem to get us moving, so that's nice. We have the online flight plan here as well, that we can follow. And the moving map. This might be good for the taxiing, right? Since we're going here to 22 right. So what else? God, now I need to remember everything again on what I was talking about. But yeah, basically a good thing to mention is that this FS Dream Team scenery for the airport of JFK is not that up to date. You can see it's very old school, but it's supposed to be the best one for P3D. You have the Druzbecki one if you want more nicer looking one, but of course it might be on the FPS a bit harder, and but I've heard this one is more close to reality. So that's just good to be aware of. Let me see, now I'm taxiing a bit rookie. Oh, turning a bit too much. The taxiing on this aircraft is amazing. It just feels really good. On the same level as X-Plane, if not better. Okay, let's see. There we have beautiful New York in the background. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we'll get to see much of it in the air, so that's a bit of a bummer. Metroair doesn't fly to LaGuardia, because that was my original plan, maybe like a night flight from KBOS to LaGuardia, but doesn't look like it. Maybe Newark could be a nice one, but I don't have any scenery for that yet. Haven't bought one. I think I have LaGuardia and KJFK. For LaGuardia I have the Imagine scene, which is pretty nice. Let me just have a look quickly. I'm gonna move this one down, so I don't want you to have to look at that whenever I bring it up for my own sake. And then let me have a look as well at my recording. It's looking good this time, so that's nice to see. Let me just turn here a bit. I really noticed that we are more heavy now because the taxiing feels very different. Feels much more sluggish than, because I usually do such small hops. Let's see now. And we're flying runway 22 right, 27 in Boston. We won't have any vectoring. So it will just be following the navigation, get on the ILS and land. As clear as it could be. I haven't flown the A321 a lot though lately, as I've mainly been flying the the what are they called? All these light aircrafts, right? I must say that has actually gotten me to really appreciate aircrafts like Tolis. I'm really waiting to get that A330 at some point. But also like FSLabs and all these more high fidelity ones where you feel kind of in control. PMDG as well. iFly, even Quality Wings. And let me have a look quickly. I'm just quickly gonna show you kind of the ACAR system. So they have this really good ACAR system, right? You can see here, you follow, you even have the flight plan. And it's quite important. I mean, we are delayed now by a bit over 5 minutes, so that's not the best, but should be fine. I did forget to put on chrono, and chrono there. We're taxiing here. You can see some interesting aircraft. Copa Airlines, pretty nice with the split scimitar. What else do we have? JetBlue. I have upped the ante with my AIG, so I get a bit more aircraft now. Not sure what those... Oh, that's JetBlue, probably the newer liveries. Is that like A2? God, there's so many aircrafts around. I'm guessing it's LaGuardia as well, and those flying all around us, right? Let me see here. I'm just gonna turn a bit. And let me check then for the takeoff. It's saying it's here, but on Pilot 280C it showed a much further... I guess it crosses with the other runway. Now I'm not sure if they're saying like we're doing the full. And I'm gonna check quickly on Pilot 280C so I don't do the wrong one. Yeah, it wants me to go all the way to the end of this one. So we're gonna turn here. And then we'll turn left and we'll continue taxiing all the way to the end. I think we're quite heavy, right? Because someone left this aircraft really full on fuel. The only reason why I got this aircraft is because the livery I have is exactly for 662 MC, so I really wanted that aircraft for this, for Metroair. I really like the livery from Metroair as well, it's really nice. So let's see. We can check also, of course, that these are working. The speed brakes, the ailerons, the elevators, and it looks to be... Oh, sorry, that's not the speed brake. That's the the ailerons, and then we have the elevators here. The rudder seems to be working very well. What about brake? Oh, we did stop. Are these in the green, this accu brake? So should be good. Should be good. But we are heavy. 174 gross weight. Yeah, this is heavy. This is a much longer flight than Boston. I wonder if we're even landing too heavy.
Cross runway 31 right Metro 4003.
Okay, and we got the clearance to cross runway. But I think what you need to do when you cross the runway is to put on the landing lights and the takeoff lights. So just have as much lights as possible. Doesn't seem like anyone's coming in to land, or... I mean, I think, yeah, you can see there, so I think these runway 22 right and 22 left are in use, fortunately for us. You can see an Alaska Air flight there, parked, so it's a big airport, KJFK, that's for sure. And also my hope is to do a bit of these flights with this virtual. I fly Metroair, I fly Walker, and then I fly Air Vigo. So Walker and Air Vigo more Europe, and then Metroair I'll do more US ops. And then maybe I'll do some Buffalo in Canada. But I'm actually wondering if I should, you know, maybe move to another airline to do like some Africa or Indian ops. I've been thinking about that. But I do kind of like when I do the virtual ones. The Buffalo is the only exception, but I do like to fly fake airlines because, you know, I'm not flying a real one, right? So then it feels nice or cooler to fly these fake ones. Okay, let's see, we should now be at the runway. So we are really at the end. We'll need it though, because our V1 speeds are like 163, 66, and 66 for the V2. So we are heavy. So let's see if we're getting that tower handover now. Metroair 4003, ready for takeoff.
Metro 4003 contact tower on 119.1.
Okay, tower handoff.
119.1 Metro 4003.
And we can check that everything's set here. Yeah, these are on. These are correctly on. We can do above. We can do flight plan here. Flight plan there as well. QNH, constraints, arc. The lowest one. Yeah, this looks good. Metro 4003, ready for takeoff.
Metro 4003
And we got it now.
3 and 9 knots, altimeter is 3025, cleared for takeoff. Runway 22 right, squawk 666.
Interesting
remain
though.
heading until above 1000 feet, then turn left heading 020 to intercept.
Ah, you know the problem. I didn't
Cleared for
use.
takeoff.
I cleared the
22 right,
discontinuity.
squawking
So that was a bit.
6661, maintain runway heading until above 1000 feet, then left to 020 Metro 4003.
So we should actually fly the heading for this, which I assume will be something around 22 or 21 maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's get here on the runway. We'll actually fly with the, so no dot on nav. I'll be climbing up until 1000 feet and then turn left heading 020. So we'll actually be flying totally off 020. Can you like put that in? Yeah, so we have nav. Or we don't want 020. I'm gonna do that. I guess with the Boeing you would set it at the runway, but I think this should be fine. I'm not sure 100% though, so keep that in mind. Then we'll do direct to Merit. After everything's looking okay. But good, I think we're ready. We're done takeoff. Can move away from that. Put out the landing. So let's go. Wish us luck. Not toga, we want to do the flex detent. There, man flex. SRS and runway. There we go. Now they're set. It's a bit hard to get these on the FSLabs. I don't know why this one is so so detailed.
100 knots.
100 knots, that's good news.
V1.
Rotate. There we go. We gotta rotate a bit clearly.
Positive
Oh,
right.
there we go. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
And we wanna turn to 0 after we are above still looking good. We can go to flap 0.
Up.
I'll also remove these lights. We're above 1000, so I'll turn left to follow pilot to ADC. As you can see, flying beautifully. Looks very nice here in New York. But there was another plane landing. And I talk about leaving it tight. Just looking very beautiful. Level climb, yeah, that makes sense.
1,000 feet departure on 135.9 Metro 4003.
The throttles are set, that's good.
Departure Metro 4003 climbing to 1,000 feet.
And we're turning now, 1,000 feet. Yeah, it looks very nice around here. Meshes really well. There, I think, I'm not sure, is that... Maybe it's the photo reel that's a bit different there. That's the only thing I hate with the FS3 team, they disappear, right? So it's really quick, and then the airport is like... Even if you do the replay, right, the whole airport will just be gone. Okay, and now let me see. Slow to 250 knots or less. I'm gonna start by adding the autopilot.
Center on 121.12.
And now the airport is back. Yeah. But yeah, look at that beautiful New York. Wish I had a bit higher rendering distance, but this is okay. And the next one we're going to is Merit, right? So we do wanna do a direct to Merit. And I'm gonna wait until they let us know that we're on our navigation. But that should be the time we switch. But yeah, look at. Unfortunately, when you zoom, it becomes dark because of the distance. It's because we're actually not close enough for it to render properly, but it's really nice. And then you have LaGuardia down here, right? So it's really cool when you do the approach from here during the night. Big fan of that. Okay, we're soon at 10,000 feet. We can drop our landing lights. We still haven't gotten anything about being back on our nav. So let's see until we get that, and we can do the direct. We can stop having this one armed.
Climb to
What's
17,000 feet Metro 4003.
I forgot the window again. 17,000. Do you remember the last flight I did? Exactly the same issue. I somehow, with me fiddling with this EFB, I always leave the door or the window open. At least I know the fix now. Let me see. I'm just gonna jump outside. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sight of all of New York. With a bit better computer, if we do upgrade in the future, then I mean P3D would look amazing in version 5. I mean, just get like the range out here, seeing everything. It would be like real life with the photo reel. This looks fantastic. Here we can see it's a different photo reel. Connecticut, I assume, right? Or no, sorry, this is New York, right? It's still New York, Long Island. I think. Don't quote me on it. It's either Connecticut or it's New York, and here is Connecticut, right? I think this is all New York, right? This must be all New York, this half island here. But yeah, still looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna do a direct insert. Yes.
To runway 27 with the IB transition Metro 4003.
Why didn't they give us a like resume navigation? That was weird. They usually give that at some point. Maybe I missed that. Climbing to 1,000 feet. Well, not the end of the world, but a bit odd. Beautiful day out there. 230, and that's our final. That's our final flight level clearance.
132.3 Metro 4003.
Just look at this absolutely wonderful views.
Center Metro 4003 climbing to flight level 230.
Apart from the New York being a bit dark in the background, but yeah. I think this will be, the Airbus is quite nice, so I'm just gonna leave you actually to enjoy the views a bit. Let me see if I find some nice viewpoint. I mean, there is a lot of nice viewpoints with this one. It's either with the wing or if you wanna see the engine, right? I wish I could do one from like the inside, but the cockpit isn't nice enough to warrant that. Oh, you can hear it from the inside. Okay, that's cool. So they had the different. I actually know which one I think is the best one. I think it's the right one, the left wing. Let me just see so you get like this. This should be awesome. And I'll be back in a jiffy. It won't be a long flight. It's only about 193 nautical miles and 80 nautical miles to the top of descent. So see you soon.
Center on 128.1 Metro 4003. Center Metro 4003 climbing to flight level 230.
Metro 4003, good morning.
Descent via the Roebuck 3 arrival with the Merit transition to cross IB at 6,000 feet. Altimeter is 3015 Metro 4003. Center on 124.85 Metro 4003. Center Metro 4003 at flight level 220. Metro 4003, good morning.
Okay, there we go. Looks nice though. It looks like we're still flying. That's always a good sign once you leave the... even if you leave the computer for a while. And I just realized one thing. We never went to standard on the QNH. Have we got any complaints about that? No complaints. That's really interesting. I would have been certain that they would have noticed it, but maybe we're just within the realm of reasonability. Now I am trying to check if there's anything else I need to do, and there is of course approach. We need to do the approach calculations, which I have not done. So we need to go to approach, look ILS 27. Okay, quite a short runway. One of the shorter ones actually at KBOS, not as short as 14 and 32, but the next shortest one. Let's just double check that we do have the right info. And let's just go check, have we gotten any descent clearance yet? No, not yet. But we should be getting it ASAP. And we need to enter destination data, that's sure. Yes, that looks correct. Performance. We need to fill this in. Have we still gotten any?
Contact center on 124.85. Center Metro 4003 at flight level 230.
Maybe you don't get in the US, like if you just follow the flight plan. So I'm just gonna put in 4,000 and start the descent. Pretty sure you would get the descent there, so that makes no sense. Or wait, let me check, maybe we got the clearance. Descent via to cross IB at 6,000 feet. We got the descent, it's me who's been totally off. So at 6,000 feet, I need to put that in. And then we can start calculating our... Let me check if we can do the same with the A cars, maybe that's not... not necessary for the performance. This is for the departure. We can request the arrival 80s. I'm gonna do... well, let's see, look at that. We did get the arrival 80s. So let me just have a look if it's here with the ATSU, and then received messages. Arrival 80s 250 at 9. Okay, let's add that then. Let's maybe add the airport first. 250 at 9. 3015. 23 degrees. Is that so? Yes. 315. Yes. Air conditioner on. Yes. 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 No system failures. Runway 27. Calculate. 147. So quite a high speed. We need to be firm on landing. Let me see. Increased bird activity in the vicinity of Logan Airport. Hazardous. Numerous train in Boston's area. Is there bad weather? Looks like it will be amazing weather. Or amazing might be a bit hard, but clear weather. Okay, let's do the performance. And I'm gonna check if we're below 18,000, because then we should actually set this one up correctly, the QNH. Quite a big vary with the QNH from New York to Boston. 315.
Air Canada 766, descend and maintain flight level 210. Descend and maintain flight level 210. Air Canada 766.
And I'm actually wondering... oh, sorry about that. I was looking at the video I recorded before it all went to downhill, but yeah, no sound on it. Not even ASMR. So that's a bit sad. aka no background sounds either. Let me see, KBOS departures, we need to set in the minimums as well. We don't get to set that here, but we do get to do it here. 250, this is not the minimum, it's the winds. Temps, we're doing them in Celsius, and a barrow of 460. 146, which aligns almost with the 147 VAP that we calculated and which we'll use. Full landing configuration, VLS 141, 142 here. So it looks good. I think this will be fine. Can't be long left now. What's that timing based on pilot to ADC? It usually gives you... ah, sorry about that, opening the task manager. 15 minutes. So it's quite long still. We'll do medium auto brake. Actually, talking about that, configuration 3. Shouldn't you be allowed to set in the... to insert? I think dry is fine. Reversers, they're all fine. Full config.
on 127.2 Metro 4003.
We can arm that speed brake. This should not
Approach
be on
Metro 4003
above, but
descending to
rather
6,000 feet.
below. Let's have a look how the are we flying? Where are we flying now? Would this be Rhode Island?
Continue descent via the Roebuck 3 arrival for the ILS approach to
I'm
runway
sorry, I'm gonna move
27
like
with
that
the
a bit
IB
out with
transition
the wing.
Metro 4003.
Yeah, we were almost going inside the wing there. A nice thing with, or nice, depends on what you prefer, but the Metroair, they fly the IAE engines, the Airbuses, so that's good to be aware of. Not the CFM, even though I think they have liveries for that too, in case you really want to fly the CFM. So is this Providence? Or is Providence back there, maybe? Because they do have an airport somewhere around here. There, right? That should be it, I think. It's somewhere around here. And let me just change the view to something easier to kind of move around in. So there we go. And no stuttering, that's great actually with the sim. I really helped by upgrading to 64GB RAM. Like no severe stuttering at least. You get someone approach, right? But I used to got them in the air, like it would just like hiccup for a while, you know, load something. It's worse in Europe though, because I have more airports that it has to load there. Checklists, load sheets, connections, we have the manuals, we have the map, which we can follow. See, you know, it follows the flight plan. I wonder how good it is in terms of weather, but it does look like it overlays pretty nice weather. And Boston is then there, right? Probably gonna be a bit of stuttering once we get into range of Boston. It's saying 6,000, I can't. Not sure about that, but let's see. Okay, we're reaching 10,000 feet in line with our ops. Landing lights will go on. Not sure actually Metroair has that clear ops, but maybe. Let's have a look if there's any news on AvSim or similar. Yes, the latest news has been the TOLIS release. Also going to be some update for the 737 PMDG for Microsoft Flight Sim. Unfortunately not for P3D, but that is what it is. And let me see.
We have begun our final descent into Boston. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables or stoves are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the back pocket or under the seat center.
Anything interesting? Nothing particularly interesting. At least not in P3D terms. it like this just so you can enjoy the view while I search for interesting topics of discussion. They've started a thread for aircraft compatibility in 2024. A lot of people worried about the Microsoft Flight Sim 24 having not compatibility with the third-party add-ons, but that makes sense. I mean, I guess from a business decision they want people to upgrade. Same as I would have done for P3D version 6 if that became popular. Anything else? Not that much. I feel like it's gone a bit silent now. I think a lot of people are waiting. A lot of developers, like the ones that wanted to get it out before Microsoft 24 was released, they've got their stuff out. And now it's basically the waiting game until the release of Microsoft Flight Sim 24. I'd love to hear your comments on that, by the way. Looking forward to that. I guess a lot of people would be flying that now. I think I'm pretty happy with P3D and Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't feel a need to go any higher on the graphics. The only thing I lack in P3D for it to be really nice is the clouds. I can go volumetric, but then I don't get the nice weather transitions, so that's been keeping me off for now at least. But apart from the clouds, there's really no... and I mean, I got the Rex ones to make it look better, and I've been quite content with that. Let's see, we should do landing system here, that I almost forgot. And then I do want to see if we're getting lower landing clearances. Continue the ascent for the ILS approach to runway 27. I guess they're giving us the right to go down all the way to 3000, right? But I'm gonna start that descent at Rockdo. I think there's no point descending earlier. Looks pretty good, the weather. Not seeing any risk of any wind shears or similar. My biggest threat, if we're doing a threat analysis, is I'm more used to A320, landing this one, flaring, not tail striking, right? It's a longer fuselage. That's my risk, from my perspective. But other than that, I don't see any large ones, apart from my own incompetence messing this one up. But let's see. Hopefully we won't get into those issues. Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, looks good on the map. Let's see, what do we need to do? We will need to do the flaps, so let's be prepared for that. If we do this manually, that will be fun. So let's prepare for that. Maybe we could put on... Actually, I'm thinking about other aircrafts. Not seeing any, but there's bound to be a few, right? That's up and about. But we're gonna ready up some things. Runway turn of lights and nose lights. We'll definitely put those on already. We're supposed to have specific gates at KBOS, but I haven't checked that. So I'm just gonna park at the closest one. Reading some Formula 1 news. A lot of controversy there with their rule changes. So if you're into F1, then yeah, that's always fun. Okay.
Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 27 with the IB
I'm gonna give us a
transition after
lower
Vodka cleared to IB Metro 4003.
a lower descent. I'm gonna actually add. I'm gonna go
Flaps
flap
one.
1 just to give us a bit of help with the descent. Let's see how this will go. Yeah, a lot of Reddit's blowing up on this Formula 1 stuff. Let's see. Are we a bit high? No, we're still lower than the glide slope, so that's fine. And I guess we do want to put the speed down to our VAP speed. We can go to flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Gonna close all these Reddit forums I have open, so I can focus on the landing. We're going into the, what would you call it, the sterile phase of flight. We're still 20 nautical miles. Now this is ridiculous. Actually, I'm not gonna.
Flaps 1.
There's no point to go this slow. I'm actually gonna remove the auto throttle. I'm gonna do this manually, because there's no point in us. Let's spool down a bit. Let's not go crazy. We can keep flaps 1, that's fine. We can even arm the approach mode. But there's no reason for us to go super slow. I mean, we're still 5 minutes from the landing, so let's keep around 200 knots at least. Look at how high we have to like pitch in order to maintain altitude, right? Gonna add a bit more thrust, that should help with the pitch. Okay, maybe a little bit too much now, but you should see us now pitching a bit less. Maybe it's not too noticeable. But yeah, look at that nice cargo ship. Here we're coming in. That should be Boston. That's the runway we're landing on. We should be on the glide slope at any minute. Yeah.
Altimeter is
Let's see.
3014 tower on 128.8 Metro 4003.
I had to pull back quite a bit on the throttles there, because we would be overspeeding otherwise.
Tower Metro 4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 27.
Okay, we're now on the ILS approach. We're established on final.
Continue ILS approach to runway 27.
Let's drop the gears so we get some drag.
On final Metro 4003.
Metro 400 Metro 4003 established on final. Gonna put this in just to make sure that we have that speed set.
Cleared to land runway 27 Metro 4003.
What's the missed approach procedure? Straight 3268. Is that it? Let me see. Missed approach, climb to 3000 on the Boston VR 268.
Yep, that's the cabin secure for landing. See you in the ground, bye.
We got cabin secure for landing by our nice friend. Thank you, Norm. Sorry, reset is the button we want to click. I think we will be able to go to flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
So that should give us a bit more drag. You can see the nose now pitching. Yeah, that really changed the dynamics of the aircraft. Let's see if we can go a bit lower on the EPR. Nothing crazy. I want to be able to go to flaps 3. So let's see if we can lose a bit more speed. We're set otherwise in terms of lights. Medium auto brake, speed brake armed. Actually the only thing I forgot was pack X. But I think we should be fine in that regard as well. Let's go flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
And I'm gonna add a bit of throttle. And I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. Go flaps full.
Full flaps.
Let's see, we're a bit above, nothing crazy. We're coming in a bit hot, I would say. Let's see if we can.
1000.
We're a bit high.
Above.
Oh, had a drop. Quite
Minimum.
fickle the minimum. Continue. Let's see. Are we still doing this okay? It looks okay, the speed.
500.
Oh, we have a bit of a tailwind actually. Or a bit of a crosswind.
400.
Maybe it's within our... I'm gonna add a bit of thrust. We don't wanna add too much, 'cause we're getting really high now.
200.
200.
100.
100.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Come on. There we go.
Spoilers up.
Oh, that was a late landing. Let's see.
Decel.
The revs should get us to decel fast enough. Yeah, that was a harder landing than I thought. Okay, let's disarm the thrust reversers. We can do the auto flaps 0. We can turn off here. Yeah, Boston. Look at Boston. Looks beautiful here. The skyline and the surrounding area. Really nice scenery by Airsoft together with Flight Tampa.
The aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead.
That goddamn JetBlue scared me. I was really scared it would cross the runway once we were landing. Metro 4003, ready to taxi. Flap is open.
003 contact Boston ground on 12.
And we will be crossing
Taxi clearance.
Ground on 121.75
runway.
for taxi clearance.
So let's wait with turning
Metro
off the lights.
4003.
We're starting the APU now. So overall pretty nice flight. I am a huge fan of the FSLabs. It's just an amazing aircraft to fly. Even though all their controversy in the past, I just think it's a great aircraft that... I mean, I'm pretty sure Tolis and Phoenix does a good job as well. Not gonna bash any other developer. And I haven't flown the Phoenix A320 or A321 or the Tolis one, for that matter. But I'll probably get the Tolis one at some point. Just haven't been time yet to do so. But there's so many aircraft I still want to do. I still have the 747-800 I haven't done on this on the YouTube, and then wait a minute, check. Metro 4003, ready to taxi.
Metro 4003 taxi to gate
Yeah, I
Bravo
forgot
19.
I asked the tower, right? And they give us... Okay, they want us to
Taxi
Bravo
to gate Bravo
19.
19 via
Bravo
taxiways Alpha,
19.
Echo, Metro
It should be really close
4003.
by here. And they want us to turn already here. No, but I mean, the the brake fans, yeah, we were braking. I'm gonna put those on. But yeah, no, really hoping to do the 747 by PMDG. No, no, this... Sorry, I just can't listen to the default ATC. I never... Even if this means me having to press that every time I play this game, I will do so. Now, but let me check which other ones do I have. 19, it's still on 19, that's good. Where did they go? I thought they were placing... They just disappeared on us, all the GSX stuff. Or is it me who's... Who knows, GSX is always bugging, so that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, wanna turn here on the next one. No, but I also wanna do the A2A Lockheed Constellation, that's an amazing aircraft. Same level as the PMDG DC-6, if not better. So, yeah. Do wanna do that. And then the Kai Tupolev 134, which I really like. If it's not my favorite Russian aircraft. Okay, let's see here. The APU is ready, we'll do the APU bleeds. I could actually turn off the landing lights, go to taxi with that. We can turn off all the taxi lights now, we don't want to blind people. And then what we need to do is just taxi in here. Doesn't seem like we have any GSX support for whatever reasons. And we can, let me see, what's that? That's 340. 320, 321 is the furthest. There we go. Okay, let's put in the parking brake. And we'll shut the engines. To be properly correct, we should of course go to connections. Ask them to connect the jetway. And then open the door. And let me see now, we also want to close, I'm going to close pilot to ADC, open the pack X, make sure we do the seatbelt sign off. Takes a while for the engines to spool down, so we'll have to wait for the pack X before we can watch the replay. What I do though want to check is engine 2 stopped, engine 1 stopped, clock's on time. So that's good, we made it on time. Final approach. What you then do here in the ACAR systems, you go here and then basically end flight. So yeah, we did some rule violation exceeding the speed, so it's not going to be a full point flight, but an okay flight. So yeah, I think we can now end flight. We can check I'm gonna rat someone out. So let's see, filing the PyRep. And then we can close that. And now we should be able to do the pack X. 108, moderately ahead of schedule, soft landing. We can save that flight report. So good. And now, we would do all the deboarding and stuff, but since I am not interested in that, at least for this, I am just gonna close the door, and then I am gonna go to instant replay, so we can watch the landing together. Oh, we need to go further back, I assume. 420 maybe? No, let's not we'll do 460. So here we're coming in over the nice Boston. It's really nice, that's why I wanted the airsoft one. It's just the skyline, it's amazingly nice. Don't know why they warned about the cranes. I guess that was a general warning, right? I guess there's a lot of things around the airport, right, that you could... Not seeing any building works, but I guess that's... Of course, this not being real life. That would be the case, but yeah. Let's see now. Okay, we come in a bit hard. We managed to flare. Ooh, we float a bit, then we get down. It's an okay landing. We're a bit... okay, I guess the replay system, right? The replay system is a bit funky. So that's just to be aware of. But look at this beautiful airport though. Much nicer than in KJFK. You really see the flight Tampa. FS3 does make good ones though. I just don't like the system they have with them disappearing on replays and that sort of stuff. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. And until the next one. Bye bye.